This is the end. This is the most important property which make a difference, which is reason we can change sequence of words in sentence. I show you today which is it. And a lot of people tell me that I should use English language because I have problem with this language, and I think that it's good concept and I do it now. Today I will compare the text of the Lord's Prayer in other Indo-European languages, Indic, Slavic, Latin, German, Baltic, and I check the similarities which are on the background in public discussions. I show the language, for example Latvian, and the 1-3 words which people don't see in the comparison, as debesis to Deus, Deus, niebiosa. Zeus in the Lord's Prayer. Zeus, Jovis, Jupiter. In Attic Greek, we have phrase Zeus Pater, and look for these similarities of meaning. It is interesting that prayer from Semitic area, the Lord's Prayer, have a lot of connections with Indo-European symbols, as Djaus Pitar. The Indo-European Djaus Pitar fit perfectly to the beginning of the Lord's Prayer. Father who art in heaven, Heavenly Father. Djaus Pitar, it is this same. But here we can show a different. But this different don't destroy these connections because they show, from Christian perspective, action of God in the history. God, in their incorporation, became our Father. Not only Deus Pater, not only Heavenly Father, but our Heavenly Father. I hear that it is very different grammar or order of words, but I think that is not true. Imagine, for example, the Lord's Prayer was written as words to words, it's Pater Noster, from Greek to Latin, Pater Hemon, Ojcze Nasz, and in other languages of Europe. But if we translate today to Sanskrit or Persian languages, AVESTAN, we think that it's very different grammar. But in Polish, for example, Slavic language, the grammar in the daily use, in usus, was and today is very light, very facultative. I can make a lot of constructions of sentences. And the construct in the Sanskrit, Persian is possible in correct Polish language, modern Polish language. For example, in the Lord's Prayer. I heard the proposition to read the text in Indic languages. I don't know, it's good concept. Why? I show you why. For example, in Pali language. Saggathano Pitar, tava namo pavito choču, tava rajyama gacchatu, yatha sagge tatha padhaviyam, tavecha kariyatu, nodenika haram, adja nodehi, ina ikanam no yatha kamana, tathano innam kama. Amche parikham manehi, amche adinava mocehi, kim rajan ca parakman, ca mahiman ca sadata veva. Bho asmakam svargastha pitah, tava nama pavitram pujyatam, tava rajyam ayatu. Yatha Svarge, Tatha Medinya Mapi, Tava icchia Sidyatu, Shvastanam Bhaksya Madhya Asmabhyam Dehi, Vayam Ca Yatha Asmat Aparat Hinam Kshamamahe, Tatha Tvam Asmakam Aparat Han Kshamasva, Asmamsca Pariksham Manaya apitu durash mata udhara Yato rajyam parakramah Pratapasca Yuge yuge tavaeva. I encourage you to compare your language to other languages and check whether there are verbal and grammatical possibilities that allow you to see greater similarities to other language groups than we initially thought. Pali language. Sagadha no Pitar, Heavenly Our Father. You can tell Ojcze nasz, któryś jest w niebie, and you can tell Niebieski nasz Ojcze, as in Pali language, or in Sanskrit, yeah? Bho asma kam svargasta pitach, tavanama pavitram pujyatam. O our heavenly Father, thy name holy be hallowed. In the Sanskrit order, you know. In Polish we can tell, o nasz niebieski Ojcze, Twoje imię święcone niech będzie. We can tell it is correct, you know, and it is more and more possibilities of order words in sentences. And we can tell nasz Ojcze niebieski. On the second hand, the Polish and Slavic word for father, ojciec, otec, is more similar to, for example, Turkic ata, and it is similar to, for example, Celtic atair. I don't know what is reading. Look on a description of. It is different to other Indo-European and similar to non-Indo-European, and as in old words connection, Djaus Pitar, Jupiter, Deus Pater, Deus Pter, Deus Pter, Djaus Pitar, our Father who art in sky, Djaus, dziwy in Slavic languages, dziwy in Polish mean word miracles, dziwy, jak Djaus, diva, deva, deibos, deibesis, niebe, deibesis in Latvian language. In one version of Prussian language is delbes, as heaven, you know, in the Lord's Prayer. And in Latvian we have not only version tevs musu, quasesi, ekšan debesis, we have version mūsu tevs debesis, our Father heavenly, nasz Ojcze niebieski. Is similar to, we have use a word known in linguistics, in Proto-Indoeuropeistic, word or phrase, Djaus Pitar, Deus Pater, Jupiter, Father of sky, of heavens, Father of sky, you know. Nebesa, debesis, it's similar by the change in, for example, Slavic languages, n to d, d. It is by place of our tongue when we told this voice, this sound. The word Djaus, Djava, similar to Slavic nebesis with transformation between n and d, can transform similar to Latin in other words, in words jawny, jawa, in Slavic. Djawa, jawa. We have words to zjawa. Djaus mean heaven, sky, or bright. Jawny mean overt or bright. Bright is more the meaning of Slavic word jasny. It's similar to AVESTAN jasna. Connection can be possible that all of these words in other Indo-European languages have one root. And the small changes make a difference. are close to semiotic differentiation of meaning. Daily, day. In Slavic we have word dzień, den, or we have word nebesa, as in Latvian debesis, as debesis, by to v, and we have word java, dzień. All of these words can be from these same sources. Why did the word dziwy, Djaus, divas, lose its meaning God in Slavic languages? You see that is similar three groups of meaning. For girl, woman, dziewczyna, dziewa, dziewka is similar to Sanskrit diva, and in languages as Mesopic, Thracian, and we have name in second group miracles, wonder, dziwy, and third group it mean daemon. Not only three groups, we can find more groups for the day and for the sky. The 5 groups, yeah, and maybe more. 5 meaning of the word dziw, Dyaus, have been preserved in the Slavic, or more broadly speaking, Iranian Slavic area. Why do Slavs like Iranians use the word dziw to describe evil spirits, but the Balts like Hindus and Romans do not? This is the result of a probable conflict between the ancestors of the Middle Aryan peoples, which must have been devastating if such a drastic semiotic inversion occurred. From then on, the ancestors of Persian and Slavs began to use the name of the good god of heaven to designate evil spirits and demons. The good god was given the name Baga, bog. Baga meaning rich. Hence the words bogaty, zbożny meaning rich have been preserved in the Slavic languages. Only the meaning of religious derivatives from Dyaus has changed, while in Slavic both the designation of the girl and the day have retained their connection with this root. And Persian. I don't have version AVESTAN. It would be so interesting. And it is difficult for me to reconstruct. Ej pedare ma, O Father of us, O Ojcze nasz, kedaras ma nast, which in heaven is. In Polish we can tell it is correct. Któryś w niebie jest. O Ojcze nasz, któryś w niebie jest. We can tell so and it is correct. Absolutely correct. Ojcze nasz, któryś jest w niebiesiech, czy Ojcze nasz, jężieś w niebiesiech. Our Father. In English is nasz Ojcze. Our Father, who art in heaven. Nasz Ojcze, but in Latin is not our Father, but Father our. Pater Noster. Tavs mūsu in Baltic languages. Ojcze nasz, mūsu nasz. Pederima in Persian. Jężieś w niebiesiek, któryś jest w niebiosach. Who art in heaven, or which art in heaven. Qui as in caelis. In Latin we have word caelis, in English heaven, but in ancient languages didn't have this pry, an AVESTAN or Vedic Sanskrit, but we can do reconstructions. I saw reconstruction which sound this. Pitar nauajauasti divi in Mhoas makam svargasta Pitar, O our heavenly Father. The words svargasta sound like Slavic svarog, svarożyc. It is God of fire. I tell God of fire, but it mistake it not only fire, but fire in sun, God of sun. It is the next area of connections. Latin, Latvian, Lithuanian, Polish, Russian, Croatian, Serbian, Sorbian, and Vedic, AVESTAN. In the Lord's Prayer we have word name, name, nomen tuum. In Polish is Slavic imię, and it is similar to Greek onoma. Nama, tava nama is in Indic and Iranian languages. Thy name, tava nama, twoje imię. Tava emens, nemens, enmens. Tava nama, tava namo. Tuum nomen, tyvenymy. What is language? Iranian, but I don't know. Is Persian? Which period of Persian? Ey padari buzurgvor, our Father in heaven. I think that it's mean. Tanom lag mukadasa. I think that this mean thy name. Tanom, twoje imię. Tum nomen, lag mukadasa. What's tamalakut lagid? Lag is as in Polish word niech, albo or Old Slavic word da, and in South Slavic da przyjdę ci cesarstwie twoje, da będę ci, etc. In Latvian, lie. In English, let. Thy name, let hallowed be.
Svētīts, lai top tavs ēmens.
Ta nom lag mukadasa. Twoje imię niech święcone będzie. Thy kingdom let come to us. Ta malakud lag ivd. Ivd is similar to Polish iść, idę. Go. Ta malakut lag id. Twoje królestwo. In Polish. Twoje królestwo niech przyjdzie, niech idzie, przybędzie. Eider Osman budegi pederimo. Pederimo, this order of sentence. It can be translated to Polish. In Polish we have very facultative order of grammatics of sentence. We can do this. O, który na niebie jesteś, Ojcze nasz. We can. O, who on the heaven are Father our. In Polish it is correct construction. Named mukadas baset. Named is name, yeah? Nomen, imię, onoma. Named, mukadas. Mukadas is sanctificator. Hallowed. Święcone bądź. Święcone, święcone in Polish. Name, hallowed. Hallowed to be. Imię święcone bądź. Imię twoje święcone bądź. Name te mogadas bad. It is ordered in English as name of thee hallowed be. Imię twoje święcone bądź. Imię twoje święcone bądź. We don't use this sacral text, but in other texts. For example, tą gitarę twoją na czarno pomalujemy. It is digression, but I tell you that the construction of the Lord's Prayer is non-natural in Polish language. We tell, we pray, święć się imię Twoje. We don't tell that in our language. There's imperative, święć się. In the other sentences we use construction, niech będzie święcone imię Twoje. Niech będzie. Similar to Old Church Slavonic, das wantite są imię Twoje. Da będę te wolia Twoja. Similar to Polish, niech będzie. Niech. And the third person, future. Niech będzie. And in prayer we tell today and in tradition, święć się imię Twoje. It is imperative. Święć się, it is imperative. It show that it is calc, linguistic calc. From Latin to Polish, it is reason that it is similar to other European languages, which have the contact with Latin in our history. And we have historically tolerance to this linguistic calc. We have a tradition of... It was a situation when missionaries translate pray to vulgar languages, to people languages, ethnical languages, and they didn't know well grammatic of these languages. And they use form, structure of Latin sentences, wherever it was possible. And it is reason that we have this form of Lord's Prayer and other prayers in European languages. Malakude to Beyad, Kingdom of the Come. We can use this construct in Polish in, for example, situation. Literally, it will be Królestwo Twoje przyjdź. We don't use about kingdom of God, but it order, for example, if we... Ten samochód twój już przywieź, bo czekam już 5 dni. It is not very natural construct if I want to tell it, if we hear this phrase alone, but it is possible in context. Yeah? If I'm building my thinking, if I want to put the stress on one word in the sentence, I use other sequence of words. Maliki Malakut is kingdom. Raja. Raja Majatu. Vedic Pali. Raja Mayatu Ajatu is interesting. The Raja is word as Rex. We don't have in Slavic continuation in this mean, but it's possible that, for example, word Resh, Rish, connected with German rich, yeah? In Polish, rzeź mean as rice. In the past meant rye. And we have semiotic similarity because we have in Polish word zboże, cereal. It is derivative of bogaty, bogactwo, bog is God, bogactwo is rich, yeah? And we use word zboże to name cereal. You can read the book of Krzysztof Witczak, cereal names in Indoeuropean languages. Rye. In Polish, today we tell to this żyto, but in the past we tell reż. Jadha swarge, tadha medinia mapi, tava icchia sidhiatu, tava icchia. I don't know what is this reading. Icchia is similar to Slavic chęć, chuć. Ja chcę, I want. Thy will be done. Will, and we have word in Lord's Prayer in Slavic, in Polish, wola. Bądź wola Twoja. But we can tell bądź chęć Twoja. Let's continue. Jadha asage, tadha padhaviam, taveccia cariatu. It's in Polish, as in heaven, so on earth, thy will be done. Thy will be done. Tava icchia cariatu. In Polish, jadha sage, jadha sfarge, tadha medinia mapi. Or padhaviam taveccia, tava icchia be done, cariatu. Jadha sfarge, jako na niebie. In Polish, as in heaven. Tadha padhaviam taveccia, so on earth. Tadha padhaviam, so on earth. Tako na ziemi. Tave icchia cariatu. Thy will be done. In Polish. Twoja chęć, Twoja wola, niech się stanie, niech będzie, niech się dzieje. Do, as word do in English is similar. Dzieje. And a long time ago, other languages, their users, from a lot of possibilities, they prefer ones of more possibilities, ones of more words, metaphors. For example, for sky, they can sky or heavens or cloud. The Latin nebula, similar to, I don't know which is way of similar, but is similar to Slavic nebesis. It mean cloud. In Slavic this word obłoki, chmury, obłoki, chmury. In Latvian we have debesis. I think that it's similar to Slavic nebesa. It is connected with debesis, Deus, Deus, diva, mean sky, heavens, or God. Pater of God, who is Pater of heaven, Sky Father. Pater, Father of heaven, sky, as in word Jupiter, Djaus Pitar, in Sanskrit, in our Mediterranean tradition of Indo-European. And if a long time ago the people, Proto-Celtic, Proto-Slavic, decide to use word, metaphor of cloud, of sky, of sun, they use it for example, name of God. And in this, for example, word reach can be connected with Rex, with Regnum, Reich in other German languages. And it can be rich, bogactwo in Slavic. And in this same time, in this same society, they use word similar to rich, Reich, and synonym of this word baga, bog. It is present today in Slavic languages in word bog, bogactwo. Bogactwo mean rich, yeah? And bog, boski, bożny, God, divine, divine, deity, boskość. It is from word rich. And primarily, old use of word rich can transfer to use Lord as king or Lord as God. I don't know this example, but it is possible. It is possible. Arebur. This same similar case can be in grammar. From a lot of possibilities of order of sentence, ones can be conserved in Slavic, other in Polish, in Slovak, in Czech, other in Baltic languages, German, other in Latin. But on the beginning, all of these possibilities was correct in Proto-Indo-European. Kurde. It words can be possible to use in the initial stadium of Indoeuropean, this or this, facultative. And Frank use word bog, Joshua use, the bad names for this stadium of Indo-European, but it is not important. Other people use word Djaus, Pitar, Dyaus. Other would use word rich, Raja, rich, Raja, region only for owner. Not only in Proto-Indo-European level. It can be possible in level of Slavic, of Old Polish, when we use a grammar calc from Latin, from better known and literary languages to non-literary old languages, and we conserve only one from a lot of possibilities order in grammar. And these possibilities are used today, and there are dying. A lot of us know only language from literature, from films, and we lose contact with our traditional languages, roots, values of languages, of Polish, of German, of Welsh, English, etc. We think that this form from literature is only correct. If we think that before 2000 years, so more languages as we hear today wouldn't be exist. It's the same thinking as about historical styles in art. We think that the grammar is different because we create the modern European language to the one model, as the similarities to Latin. When the Latin dominated on Europe cultures, people could to think that the other languages are primitive, so chaotic, so wild, that they don't have grammatic, and we should to give him these languages a grammatic from higher language, Latin, yeah, and they did it. But it was true about Latin too. After they petrificated in our culture as one good order of grammar. In the first time of Latin, when the people don't thinking about the rise of it, they know only later stadium. This form which is conserved, and we think that it's everything, that is only correct, that we don't have other forms. If we think it, we do it. It will be reality. We do reality from our thinking. Our thinking become fact. It fact of culture is important. Is important in our thinking about grammatic of other languages and about differences between them. It is possible if the language have a flexion. Indo-European languages, in their beginning, had flexion, and in their history made a process lost of flexion in more of Indo-European languages. In a lot of, process of losing the flexion, declination and conjugation. Process of lose the flexion. And it is property which make possible to change the order of sentence. And so that we have illusion that today the languages are so different grammatic. So it's so one of preparations, because second is changes of pronunciation from other influence to Indo-European groups in other places of world. Different was influence of Dravidian, different of Uralic groups. And it is conclusion. In our comparisons, we have false way of thinking, because we don't see facultative words which may be similar, or a facultative order of sentences structure. This is the end of this period of our story about Proto-Indo-European connections in the Lord's Prayer. We stop in the analyze on first part of the Lord's Prayer. Next you can hear the digressions, but I invite you to the next periods of our story. Let's subscribe, like and search more recordings of this channel. I give you an example of Polish language because I know it. It doesn't mean that I think that I suggest that Polish is more similar to other old languages. No. I want to show you that it will be value of more Indo-European languages about which we are thinking that are not similar to other. It's possible that we don't know good these languages, dialects of these languages, possibilities in daily use of it. My changing voice is by it's this problem, and I have the jumping of voice strings. We have word niedziela for Sunday, It mean not do, Not work, not job, not make, don't make, Don't do, don't. Niedziela, no, do. Day free of doing, making. I read the theory that Estonic and Finnic taivas for heaven, sky, is from Proto-Indo-Iranian languages. Why not from Proto-Indo-European or Proto-Central Indo-European with Slavic, Iranian, or from a lot of these small groups when differences was small between there. Maybe word Deus Djaus, Dyeus is in Slavic not only in word for miracles, dziewy, but in word dzieła too. Dziewa, dziewka, for woman, girl, yeah. It can be not clear. In Mesopic, deva, diva, in Phrygian, Deus, Slavic, diva, dziwo. Divo can mean good god, good deity. As in Indic, in Baltic we have Deus, Dieus, Dieus. As we have word very old, Perun, Pierun, to hit, perkun, thorn, perkunas, not perk, per, pr. We tell in Slavic prać. In Old Baltic, Old Lithuanian have word żmonus, as in reconstruct gmonus, dgmonum, and is as word man, human, żmon, human, dgmon, gmon, mąż in Slavic languages. Svarog, Svarożyc. It is god of fire. I tell god of fire, but it mistake it not only fire, but fire in sun, god of sun. In Slavic it names Słońce, but Svarg it is fire of sun. We have the gods of sun, you know. In the symbolics of daily space of life, in the Slavic traditions, we had connections with it in interior of houses. Order inside a room, a main room in house, in home, in chata, hecha, chałpa, dom, as in Latin domus, dama in Sanskrit, in Vedic. But in Slavic we have word dom and chata, hecha. It is similar to a lot of language, not only Indo-European. It's a very old word. Hetta, hecha, hetta, kata, hetta, kata, hetta. In Finnic and Afrikaans group of language. Similar word. This is digression, not important here. God of the sun. Svarog, Svarożyc. Svarożyc, it is a endless, is the end of suffix, postfix, suffix, and it is the end named son of. If Franciszek is son of Andrzej, we tell that it is Franciszek Andrzejewicz in Polish or Andrzejewicz in other languages. Son of the Svarog is Svarożyc. Svarożyc. G to ż. G change to ż in phonetic. We can look at it in Latin. Ignis, in Lithuanian, Baltic, ugnis, in Indic, agni, in Russian, agin, in Polish, ogień. Nie tu. Czemu? Maha in Indic, magus, mag in Persian old, as three kings, three mags in Bethlehem. The three kings, the three wise men from the east, the three magis, or magi. This is the next connection between the Christianity symbols from Semitic ground and the Indo-European world, because the three wise men was probably from Persia. The kings from Persia, from the world of word mag. Mag is this same root as in word Maha, Maharaja, Magnus Rex, Mega, and Polish, Slavic, możny, mocny. It can be connected. Rex, Raja, Resh, Rish. In the past, Jivedeva Baga, Viras, Viras in Baltic, Vir in Latin, and similar Viras, Vira in Iranian, in Indic language. In Slavic, we don't have word similar to pater, peter, pita, but we have word patrzeć, patrać, patrzeć. It means to look at, yeah? Have a patronity of it. If you are pater of it, yeah? Patron. It can be Indo-European in Slavic, but it is maybe Iranian Scythians influence to Slavic. It is possible. It or it. This or this. Some in Slavic word nebiosa, nebesa. In Latin we have word nebula. Folklore. Tairoda, lag zaminti. Tairoda, lag zaminti. Mis indas givaft idiaran gosmontica osmon niebo. Zamin mean earth. Is similar to Polish ziemia. If you want to know Polish-Iranian connections, I invite you to read the text written by Ignacy Pietraszewski, one of the first Iranian translator to French. For example, he was author of translate from AVESTAN language to French, to Polish. And you can read text of Jacek Jarmoszko about Polish-Iranian connections.